just stopped off at a place called Mastro's, which is a restaurant, and you can check out the waves, which you just saw. We have several storms coming in to Malibu. The waves are pushing in. There's a lot of really good waves, and these were a little bit hollow. They were a little scary. People weren't catching too many good ones.
No, they were though, but they were tubing, so they had to. It was a shortboard wave for sure.
Job well done. It's really weird. People just drive really strange when it rains. Yeah, it's just like they have no idea what it is. It's wet. It cleans everything off, and they're too busy looking at things instead of driving. Okay, whatever. But we're going into town because Kathy needs something for dinner.
Lettuce.
Let us get something for dinner. Yeah, I found you.
You did.
Much needed. And why didn't they have that when I was a kid? That would be awesome. I'd go shopping every day. Yeah, that looks really nice. Lots of people don't like the rain. I, for one, love the rain, especially once the rain stops and everything is clean and crisp. I grew up in a small town called Ojai, just outside of Ventura. And living in Ojai, they had some of the best rainstorms. The days after were crisp and clean and gorgeous. If you've ever been to Ojai, which is just outside of Ventura, it's a pretty amazing town. Not so great for teenagers, but if you want to raise your kids there, you know, for little kids and for retirement, things like that, it's a great community. But I lived there for about 14 years, grew up there, and had a really pretty good experience as far as, you know, growing up goes. But I just love the rain. It's just nice and clean and just feels good. We haven't had it in a while. Okay, not so much going on today with regard to cars. You know, when it rains, everybody kind of freaks out. You know, nobody brings out their cool cars. They just kind of drive their everyday thing. So we didn't see a lot going up into town, but there was some really cool cars that showed up on the web today, some fresh news, because we got the Detroit Auto Show. The Detroit Auto Show that's happening. A lot of reveals that are going on. We are going to talk about cool designs because that's what we do, and that's what's awesome. And the first one up is this amazing Alfa Romeo Coupe by Alessandro Masada. This is a sweet looking car. I mean, come on, somebody's got to do this car. This is a note to the guys at Alfa. You just gotta buckle down and do this car because it's it's gorgeous, and it just needs to be driven, and I'm the guy to do it. Next up is this really, really awesome evolution of the classic Citroen by Jean-Louis Bouy. Now, I probably am saying his name wrong because I'm not French, but if I were French, I would say Jean-Louis Bouy. You know, it's most likely wrong, but that's okay. But the car is really wicked, looking really cool. You can see how you could take this thing, do a couple tiny things to it, and you have an amazing ride. Now, this is a big day for the Detroit Auto Show because they're revealing a lot of really pretty interesting cars, but the one off the top is probably the Faraday Future. Faraday is a new car company. It's an all-electric vehicle. It's about 1,000 horsepower, so they say. It's really a statement, a vision for what the future can be. A lot of really neat design cues for this car. I don't know how the press is going to respond to it, but you know, there's a lot of nitpickers out there. But I think overall, it's a very successful design. It's classic in some areas, as far as a hypercar goes, as far as a supercar goes. But you can start to see what it would look like in different colors, and but it's important to see it in the flesh. I haven't seen it yet; it just came out as of today, so eventually we'll see it this year at some point. And finally, this Ferrari Concept. This is just a rendering, but it's pretty slick looking. This is from Rita Das Designs. They did a really good job here. It's interesting. It's both Ferrari and not Ferrari, but it's got some neat design cues. Feels pretty good overall. Proportions are nice, and I think that this is something they should definitely bring to fruition. Like I said, not a lot of cars today, but that's okay because there's always tomorrow. And tomorrow, I promise you, there is cool stuff going on. So be back for tomorrow's vlog. We're gonna do something pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. And I also want to mention, if you've been to fireballtim.com, if you haven't checked the schedule, there's a little tab at the top that says schedule. Be sure to check that from time to time because it shows where we're gonna be, where we're gonna be filming, all the different locales and different things that we're going to be covering. I can't mention all that stuff, and it's going to get filled. Right now, it's kind of, semi getting there. There's quite a few things that are coming up in the next month or two, but as the year evolves, as far as the vlog goes, there's going to be so much stuff I can barely fit it in. It's kind of like, a Twinkie that just has way too much filling. It's just going to spill out, and it's going to get messy, and it's going to taste great. So you're going to love it. That's it for today's vlog. Be good out there.